quality of quarterback play writ large in the NFL, and how you feel like, and maybe even the quality of play overall in the NFL, and how you feel like it's decreased. Is that fair?
Yeah. I mean, I would say it's fair to a degree. I mean, the one thing that you always have to realize is that Tom and I played the game a certain way. So we're always going to see the game through our lens more than other people. And so through our lens of guys that weren't the most athletic, that had to play with their minds, both before and after the snap, had to process quickly, had to know what we were looking at and get the ball out. Yes, I think the NFL has is greatly decreased from that perspective. And I think a big
Mm-hmm.
reason is because of what we're talking about, is that we've got greater athletes than ever playing the quarterback position. So younger and younger, we're putting the ball in the hands of our best player. Like, I don't know about you. When I grew up, I was a good athlete, but the reason I went to quarterback was because
Yeah,
my running back was a better athlete
that's
and my
right.
wide receiver was a better athlete. So you might be a good athlete, but you're not the best athlete. So we're not going to put the ball in your hands and let you run. We're going to let you throw it
Yes.
to the guys that are really good athletes. And now, the transition has been, why would I not want my greatest athlete to have the ball in his hands at all times? But in that process, these guys, and you know it, these guys are greater athletes than we've ever seen. And so these guys get further and further and further in their careers by not having to learn the stuff we're talking about because they can still survive on being, the best athlete. And most guys, okay, maybe you're the best athlete on your team in high school, but by the time you get to college, no longer. Now you got to learn to play. I mean, we got guys like Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen and Kyler Burke. Like, they're the best athletes on the
Yeah.
field at the NFL level. But the problem is when you can rely on that over and over and over again, you never learn the nuance that we're talking about. And so now it comes down to when you get to the end, can you still survive being an athlete at the NFL level? And and again, that's not saying Josh and Lamar can't play quarterback, and that's why I think they're great and they're MVPs is because they're still great athletes and they can still survive in that world, but they're also great in the other part of it. If you have to simply survive by being an athlete in the NFL, we don't have very many of those guys. And I don't think there's very many of those guys on the planet